continue the third model, which is what we call as variable growth model. Right, most of the firms do not grow at a constant rate, as what we have discussed earlier on in the previous model, which is zero growth model and constant growth model. We are assuming in constant growth model, we are assuming that the growth rates of the dividend is constantly fixed all the way throughout the year. However, in reality, most of the firm doesn't apply with that constant growth model. Alright, so most of the firm might not grow at a constant rate throughout their life. The future rate might change or fluctuate up and down. So variable growth model is another stock valuation approach that takes into considerations of the change of the dividend throughout the year. The dividend will grow at a multiple growth. Right, this is the keyword here. The dividend will grow at a multiple growth, varied, all right, until it is finally expected to grow at the end of the period. All right, you will expect it to grow at a fixed rate indefinitely. What does it mean by indefinitely? Infinity of the year. Alright, let's look at how a variable growth model can be calculated. Alright, based on the scenario. Alright, so we wanted to know what will be the intrinsic value or the original value of the stock. So the formula would be, you want to look at what will be the discounting dividend of that particular stocks. Yeah, so let's look at the two parts here. Alright, so the valuation of a stock is considering the present value of future dividends during the initial variable growth. So this is this part. Alright, D1, D2, D3, and along the way whatever years that you are considering. Alright, so present value is you want to bring all the dividends, alright, to today, to current. Okay, so whatever dividend you are bringing to the current year today, that's why it's zero here. So that's why that whatever expected dividend year 1, dividend year 2, dividend year 3, and so on, you want to make it as a present value. So that's why you have to discount it by whatever required rate of return there. So D1 divided with 1 plus K power of 1, D2 or expected dividend for year 2, alright, divided with 1 plus K power of 2, and so on. So this is the part of discounting or present value the dividend, future dividends that you will receive. The next component here, what we call as how we do it, the present, we have to search for the present value of the price of the stock at the end of the variable growth. So whatever price of the stock at that particular year, so you want to see what will be the value today. So everything you will bring to the current year. So you want to know what will be all these future dividend plus the expected selling price, what will be the value today, so that we can compare the intrinsic value or the real value as versus whatever selling price or market price. Alright, to continue on the discussion of variable growth model, I believe based on the formula, you might be blur of what is that formula is talking about. So I feel that it's better for us to straight away do the example so that you can see what will be the flow then for this variable growth model. So to discuss further on this model, what I do is to discuss step by step what you should do. Alright, first of all, let's look at the example given here, saying that Malaysia company paid a dividend of 2 ringgit last year. Alright, this is a key word there. When you say last year, alright, the dividend last year, meaning to say that it's referred to your D. Right? So this is Whenever it's last year, current year, so you should identify that dividend as D0. Next, the growth rate is expected to be 4%. Remember, this model is talking about varied of growth, meaning to say that there's multiple or varieties of rates of that particular dividend growth. So the growth rate is expected to be 4% for the first year. So pull out all the information. Growth for the first year is 4%. 5% the next year, so the growth for that particular dividend, that company is 5%, and then 6% for the following year. So G3 is 6%. Alright, and the growth rate is then expected to be constant. Alright, thereafter, means that along the way it's just constantly at 7%. So G4 will be 7% and onwards. So the required rate of return, I pull out all the information first. Alright, the required rate of return is 10%. So required rate of return referring to K, 10%. What is the current stock price? Alright, so you are actually trying to search what would be the intrinsic value. Intrinsic value, as I mentioned just now, it is the real value of the stock. So by end of the day, you wanted to compare the current price or the current value of your future present value cash flows to be compared to the selling price that you're having right now. Alright, okay, so the first step, you need to find what would be the cash dividend at the end of each year. So always, alright, the formula for looking at dividend, D0, D1, 1 plus G. So this is the formula. Alright, so to continue this, the first step, as I mentioned just now, you need to find what is the dividend, the expected dividend for each particular year. Alright, this is the formula to search for your expected dividend. So D1 is next year's dividend using the current dividend 1 plus the growth rate of dividend. So based on this question just now, your current dividend or last year's dividend is 2 ringgit. So this is your D0. 1 plus G, G is the first year's growth rate, which is 4%. So multiply, you can get 2.08. So the next level of dividend year 2, how you want to calculate dividend year 2, you take the dividend year 1, multiply with 1 plus growth for year 2. So D1 that you got just now is 2.08. 1 plus G, 1 plus G for the second year, it's 0.05. So you should get the answer. Alright, once you got your D2 figure, in order for you to get D3, you need to have your D2. So your D2 is 2.18. Again, continue multiplying. 1 plus the growth rate for year 3 is 6%. And last but not least, in order for you to compute the dividend for year 4, you should use the dividend year 3 for the computation. So D3 will be 2.315. 1 plus G for year 4 is 0.07. So all in all, the first step for the variable growth model, you need to find what will be the value of your cash dividend at the end of each year by using the formula. So D1 equivalent to the current year or last year's dividend, 1 plus growth and so on. Let's look at the next step. Alright, if I were to present this scenario in a timeline based, alright, you can see that I present it in a timeline based here. So year 1, the growth is 4% and so on. So step 2 is saying that we need to find the price of the stock at the end of the initial growth rate. So this is a key point here. Alright, you need to find the price of the stock, okay, at the end of initial growth. So you can see here the dividend is growing from year 1 towards year 3. Year 1 is to year 2 is growing to 5%. From year 2 to year 3 it's still growing, and after that it's grow and it's just go to constant rate there. So how you want to find the price? So the price should be at year 3. Why? Because this is the end of initial growth rate. After that it will be constant. So you look at where the growth rate will be constant, so the selling price must be a year before that. So based on the formula given here, in order for you to get what is SP, whatever period it is, D, dividend, period plus 1, and K minus G. So transform this to the answers. Alright, you need to search for which years of the selling price at year 3. Equivalent to dividend of 3 plus 1. So D4 actually, divided with K minus G. So D3 plus 1 equivalent to D4. So D4 is whatever that you got from the first step just now, which is 2.477 divided with K. The K here is, or required rate of return is 10%, minus G. Right, G, based on the formula here, is based on the constant growth G. So the growth is constant at 7%. So 0.07, and you can get the answers in RM. So you will get the answers of 82 ringgit 56 cents or 57 cents. So the selling price at year 3 here is 82 ringgit. So the next step, the last one. So the last step in variable growth model is you need to add it up, all the present value of the dividend that you already calculated from the beginning just now with the present value of the price of the stock from the second step that you have been calculated. Alright, so the present value of dividend, okay, this is your dividend D1, and you make it as a present value. So you have to divide 1 plus K. So 1 plus K, K is 10%, 1 plus 0.1, power of 1. So same goes to year 2, dividend year 2, make it as a present value today. So it should be divided with 1 plus K, power of 2. Same goes to dividend year 3, we divide it with 1.1, power of 3. And last but not least, you add the present value of the price. So this is the price from your equation 2 just now, from step 2 or equation 2. Alright, so you make it as a present value. That's why you have to divide it with 1 plus K to discount it. So what the result here meaning is, this is the price, 67 ringgit and 47 cents or whatever that you will receive in the future, but this is the value today. So or sometimes it refers to V0, or we can say it's an intrinsic value, and you can compare with the current market price to make a decision whether you want to buy or not to buy. I think that's all on the variable growth model. What you can do on top of listening and watching my video, you can also refer to whatever materials that have been given to you in the slides and some additional notes regards to this topic. That's all. Thank you.